We've already done all the urgent exterior work needed. Replacement of the roof, tuck pointing, clearing the drainage system and more. Now, our own professional designer and member of the Institute, Abbé Alexander Willweber, is working on the interior design. At his side is our architect, classicist William Heyer, from the well-known School of Architecture at Notre Dame University.
This church, designed in 1927, is really a classical finale for Henry Schlacks. It's an important church for Chicago and for Cardinal Mundelein, who it was designed for, or under, with the Carmelites. But what makes this church special is that on the outside in particular, we have strong symbols of Baroque Rome as well as ancient Rome. And it's important for the church because they're symbols of a continuity. The Institute of Christ the King and their attention to beauty and detail in the liturgy, again, makes them particularly good at understanding traditional architecture in this regard.
As you see, the sanctuary shows many pieces of the former decoration that have remained, and they will be completed by a high altar dedicated to the infant king, because the Institute is the Institute of Christ, the King Sovereign Priest, and the infant king will throne in the middle of the church in the high altar and be the center of it all. The right side will show an altar dedicated to the adoration of the kings and to Saint Therese of Lisieux, and the left side, or the gospel side, will show the Annunciation of Our Lady and also will be dedicated to Saint Joseph. Other altars will show the patron saints of the Institute of Christ the King, Saint Francis de Sales, Saint Thomas Aquinas, and Saint Benedict, and also the patrons of the church, for instance, Santa Clara and Saint Gelasius. The ceiling will be decorated and will complete the beauty of the whole church, and the whole building then will show the harmony of the presence of God that is also expressed in the liturgy that we celebrate. We also will certainly bring back the confessionals into the church, and there will be 4 confessionals available for the faithful. Then, God willing, and with your generosity, we also plan to have a beautiful pipe organ in the choir loft that used to have a pipe organ, but evidently during the fire and the following demolition, the pipe organ was taken out. We will bring it back also to enhance the beautiful music and the liturgical celebrations that need it in the future. There's a reason why our Lord brought about this combination.
A magnificent building which will display all the beauty of Catholic culture and tradition. Located so closely to one of the most prominent universities of the world, with a student body drawn from all over the globe, in the heart of a neighborhood that is rapidly coming back to its own, where the proven growth factor, that is the Latin Mass, is already bringing back life and faith.
I think the first thing is just that you can't walk in the door without immediately being struck by the sense of the sacred, that you're in the presence of the most sacred thing that we do as Catholics. That everybody, even small children, are very quiet. Everybody's very prayerful. Everybody really is there to prepare themselves. They spend time preparing themselves for the Mass when you walk in. And then, of course, the beauty of the liturgy itself. Before I started attending the traditional Latin Mass, I don't think I really understood the way that Catholics are meant to pray the Mass, that we're not merely meant to attend and observe and then, go up and receive communion, but the sense of actually praying the Mass, that sort of active participation, was something that I had never really understood fully until I started attending the traditional Latin Mass. And it's just, yes, my appreciation for the Mass itself, even when we're visiting family in other parts of the country and go to their local parishes now, I also find myself better able to participate, better able to pray along with the priest, throughout the Mass.
The Shrine of Christ the King is destined to be a beacon of light of nationwide importance, where the reign of Christ in society and in souls will be preached, understood and embraced. In a world that is in urgent need of submitting to our Lord's gentle rule, here souls will be sustained and nourished by the millennial beauty and grace of the classical Roman Rite, and supported in their quest for meaning and peace in their lives, and in their search for the joys of heaven. Please help us make this a reality, the restoration of a magnificent architectural landmark, the restoration of a neighborhood, the restoration of Catholic tradition and culture, ultimately the restoration of the reign of Christ. We invite you to be part of this multiple restoration. Link your family name to history in this unique enterprise. We can only realize this project through your help, because we must raise all the funds needed. Please be generous. There is much good to be done here for the reign of Christ. We urgently need your help. Thank you.